It may sound crazy, but it's not. Yes, folks, the MMORPG game jam is becoming a reality in this channel, and I'm here to talk a little bit about it. So if you follow me, you know that this channel is all about crazy stuff. It's all about getting stuff that usually takes like 100 professionals, 5 or 10 years, and making it in a very short amount of time, but still making it and still delivering a good quality product in the end. So we have like the I made the game engine in 30 hours video which have almost 100,000 views, and we have like the MMORPG project that I need to continue someday. And you guys keep asking me this question: when will I make an MMORPG game jam? When will I make a game engine jam? Well, it's time to get started with this crazy project. So the goal here is to make the world's hardest game jams ever, and I will be picking a bunch of different topics, including MMORPGs, which is a very hard stuff, but not hard in a point like that no one will be able to ever get started or finish. I want to make something that people will actually be able to enjoy and train and push yourself to the limits and finish it in the end. So this is the point, and this is why this is the first jam, and I'm inviting you, and this is the pilot. The pilot is like a proof of concept. It's like, hey, let's see if this works. Let's see if people find this interesting and if people try to make it. And that's why I'm not announcing this with a lot of time prior to it. So it will be happening this weekend from Saturday to Monday. I will leave the links in the description here because there's a lot of time zone differences. So if you want to know the exact time, just click in the link and it will show you the correct time. It is showing for me 4 p.m., but I'm in Brazil, so it may be different for you. Anyways, so this is the jam, and I will talk a little bit about the idea and the rules of this jam. Again, I want you guys to participate and to finish it. But it is still a hard game jam, and it is still a proof of concept, so let's adjust and tweak stuff on the way. So I count a lot on your participation and your feedback to make this a fun thing, something that you actually want to look forward for the next versions and releases and so on. So first things first, pick the favorite MMORPG you have. I have here some examples. This is old school RuneScape. This is World of Warcraft Classic, I believe it's Classic. Anyways, and this is Baldur's Gate 3, three great MMORPGs that are very successful. And let's talk a little bit about the rules of this jam, because, well, it is a hardcore jam, so the rules are very hardcore. But as you can see, most of them or all of them are optional, so you can pick the ones that makes more sense for you and just give your own taste. So if you want to make the super hardcore mode, grab all the rules. If you want to make a soft experience, it's fine. So the very first thing is, this needs to be oh, by the way, this is a 3-day game jam, and you can do it alone or in a team. It's up to you. Join the Discord server so you can discuss this a little bit with the other members and maybe build a team or stuff like that. It's fine. You need to make an MMORPG, so this is the whole point. So don't make like an offline game. You should make something that works online, and there's like a central server that anyone with the client, meaning you with your game, will be able to join and play with each other. So this is the whole point of an MMO. And I know that MMORPGs have like different worlds, different rooms and stuff like that, but they also have millions of players. So if you're not there yet, let's just use a single world, and this is the challenge of it. It's not trivial to make something like that, so it will be challenging for you, but it will be an interesting experience as well. The second rule is make it all the assets yourself. This is a little bit of there's a little bit of controversy. By the way, I do have an extended description of every rule and why I believe they are good. So if you want to read, the link is in the description, but I'm explaining briefly here to you. So this is optional. If you don't feel like making the assets yourself, or you just want to make some assets and use pre-made ones, well, feel free to pick if you want this or not. But if you are using pre-made assets, just make sure you have the rights to use them, of course. But yeah, it will be an extra challenge to make everything your own. It's fine, and it's harder, so that's the point of the jam, and it's optional, because in my opinion, having those rules optionals allows you to pick like the different level of difficulty that you want for the jam. So this is why I'm leaving and then now as optional. Even the MMO part, if you want to make like an offline game, well, whatever, do what you want, but it would be nice to be an MMO, you know. The other rule is your own engine. This will be very hard for many people, I know that, but since this channel is about custom game engines as well, maybe there's a lot of you guys that use or have a custom game engine, or just want to make like a game with no engine at all. This is also your own engine. So if you want, you can pick this rule and use your own engine. If you have an engine, if you want to make one in 3 days during the game jam for the MMORPG, well, go ahead and do it. And that's it. This is the third rule. And the fourth rule is make it a 3D game. Yes, we love 2D games, but let's give it an extra challenge to make it 3D. And I know 2D games can be challenging, can be daunting to make as well, but at least to get started, to get something moving on screen, 2D is way easier than 3D. That's why I have this rule just to make stuff a little bit harder. And again, if you want, you don't need to have like all these rules. Oh, there's a rule about AI generated content, by the way. Basically, read this if you want, but basically do not use like AI generated art, but you can use ChatGPT to help you with the code because of some memes here that I've addressed it. So if you want, go to the page and click in this and this, and you have some laugh, hopefully. Anyways, and the idea here again is for you to pick the best rules for your game jam, for your experience during this week. So if you look at me and say, hey, I want to join this jam, but I feel like using some KNA open free assets and make like a 2D game in Unity, well, go ahead, do it, make an MMO, and that's it. If you feel like, well, I want to have an extra challenge, so I will use free assets, and I will also use make it 2D, but I'm making my own engine for this. I'm making my own technology. I'm using Pygame, I'm using Rayleigh, or whatever. I'm using Gunslinger. Go ahead and make it, again, making your own rules and have a lot of fun. Make something crazy, unique, and good for this jam. This is a proof of concept again, folks. So I want to discuss all these rules. So if you don't agree with something that I mentioned here, just feel free to comment, create like a topic here on itch.io in the community tab, or just go ahead and leave a comment in this video or something like that. And if you feel like there's a rule that I'm missing and there's something that I should add to this page, well, go ahead and do it. There's no prize for this jam, and so the prize is your game, is to have a lot of fun, is to discuss with each other. So enjoy this moment. I'll leave the link for the Discord server of this channel and this jam. I'll be creating a specific area in the Discord for us to discuss about it, and it will be a lot of fun. I will participate in this jam. I'll try my best to make an MMORPG. Don't need to be fancy. Again, I believe like if you're looking for a general direction, if you have like a 3D game that you can move around, attack each other, and you can see other players, of course, and then can die and respawn and have like some health points in the kill count or something like that. Oh, it would be nice. It would be like a massive multiplayer online, I guess, maybe RPG. Well, have fun and let's try our best. It's a 3D jam, so I cannot ask much. But if you participate, it will be a lot of fun. I will leave all the links in the description. And if you find this crazy, share with someone that is crazy enough to participate. It will be the hardest jam in the world, luckily. And luckily, it will have a lot of people participating. This is the entire point of it. To prove, like, to challenge you to do something crazy. So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. And I see you in the jam.